Now, next topic in your syllabus is the methods. The methods followed by the early nationalists or the moderates. Now, I have written all the points here. You can also jot down in your exercise copy, because these points will always help you to remember the various methods adopted by the early nationalists or the moderates. You see, the very first thing, that patience. Now these moderate leaders, as I told you, had immense patience, all right, because they had a faith that the Britishers will certainly do the reforms, all right, when the right time comes. They also felt that the Britishers in fact has come to India for the benefit of the Indians, all right. They had such faith also with them, and therefore for any kind of reform, they used to have huge patience, all right. Similarly, they always believed in conciliation. Conciliation means to win over the Britishers. They believed by that the Indians will be able to conciliate the Britishers. They'll be able to convey the Britishers and make the Britishers understand about the existing problems of the country, or they would make the Britishers understand that the Indians needed many reforms in India, all right, and the Britishers will do them. That is conciliation, to win over the Britishers. But they never believed in the confrontation. They were deadly against confrontation for the Britishers. They never wanted to make the Britishers angry. And they were right also, they were not wrong. Because they knew that the Britishers at that time probably was the mightiest power on earth. So if they make the Britishers angry, the Britishers will destroy them very, very badly, will rather kill them, or will follow a very stern policy against the Indians, politically, economically, socially, culturally, from every point of view. And that is why they never wanted to fight with the Britishers. That is one word you can write, not confrontation. Next is orderly progress. As I told you, they have huge presence. That is why they believed in orderly progress. Means progress will be made, reforms will be made in India in a very orderly manner, in a very gradually. All right, slowly, all the reforms will be made in India. And therefore, they believed in constitutional means. Constitutional means they believed that the Britishers must make a constitution. All right, and in accordance with that constitution, they must do the reforms in India or rule India. All right, the Indians were also supposed to follow these constitutional means they will go in accordance with the rules and regulation of the administration in order to highlight their demands to the Britishers. All right. That is constitutional means. Like today, voting is a constitutional means. Now through voting, we speak our opinion to the nation. We make people, we show our opinion through voting. All right. Now, the government is also made in accordance with the majority opinion of the people of the country. All right. And now the government also wants to do for the benefit of majority of the people. Just to make you understand what is constitutional means. Now, next is the arouse political consciousness in the country. Now, their main motto at that time was that they knew that the most of the people in India were illiterate, and they were not politically conscious. And therefore, it was one of the main objective of the Congress to grow the political consciousness of the people. And for that reason, many leaders used to go to various parts of the country. They would talk to them, they would make the people understand through their speeches, through their writings, all right, through the various journals that they edited, all right. They wanted that the people of this country should come to the political viewpoint, all right. For that, they used to work very hard. So what I mean to say, their main motto was to arouse political consciousness, and thereafter they would create a public opinion. As I just told you, that constitutional means is what? To create a powerful opinion also. Like the various leaders will go to various parts of the country, and then again an annual session was also held, and in annual session also the people from various parts of the country, the members of the Legislative Council also will come to the annual session, and there they would showcase their viewpoint, all right, from various parts of the country. Because the problems and the demand of the various parts of the country may be different, but of course there used to be some common problem, like poverty, taxation, land revenue, all right, the corruption of the landlords and zamindars, all right, then epidemics, lack of proper health system, all right, even and various such problems, all right, lack of education and all that. So this is how the public opinion in fact was created, all right. And now this public opinion used to be placed through the various members of the legislature to the Britishers. I mean, the Congress used to place the various kinds of demands and various kinds of reforms to the Britishers. All right. So, but this was done very, very gradually. Next is processions, speeches, meetings. The moderates believed that if they want to go against the Britishers, or if they want to show their grudge against the Britishers, their social, political, cultural grudge, all right, or religious, they would show their grudge not by confronting with the Britishers, not by fighting, but by taking out their processions in various parts of the country, which will be led by a prominent leader. Then they will hold speeches, all right, they will speak to the people and will like to gain the opinion of the people, all right, and of course they will resort to lots of meetings. So these meetings, speeches and processions in fact were held actually just to make the government also concerned about the Indians, their benefits, their reforms, all right, but they never resort to any kind of fighting or sabotage, all right. Next is resolutions. Actually, whatever decisions were taken in Congress, the meetings were held in the Congress was the first national party of the country. So, first the decisions were taken, then the decisions were changed into the shape of resolutions, prastav. Now these resolutions were ultimately furnished to the Britishers. So that was also one of the prominent methods. All right. Now next is that the Indians used to give the petitions. Petition is what? The kind of application in which the Indians used to show their grievances to the Britishers. Their grievances may be political or economical or social or religious or whatsoever. All right. So they would write a petition, and they believed that if they give the petitions to the Britishers, all right, then the Britishers, after having come to know about their existing problem, will do the reforms. So they used to give petitions and memorandums, to the Britishers. All right. The next point is they used to convey their feelings, all right, their demands to the Britishers, and always like to influence the Britishers, all right, to come around to their viewpoint. For that, they would like to convince the Britishers about their own viewpoint. They would like to influence the Britishers. They would like to make the Britishers agree about their viewpoint very, very peacefully. All right. So that is how they believe that the Britishers will do the reforms whenever the right time comes. All right. My main point was to tell you that they never believed in confrontation. All right. They always believed in these constitutional and peaceful means, all right, to attain their objectives. All right. You see, in this regard, we can say that in 1899, a British committee of INC, means Indian National Congress, was founded. All right.